In this video, I will teach you exactly how I unfucked my life and fixed it basically using self-improvement development. So just grab a coffee or something like that, sit down, relax. You can also take notes if you want, and let's begin. The community, you can check it out, so I don't really care. These are the steps that if you will take them, you will completely transform your life. So I will explain each one of them in this video. And in the end, I will give you all of the actionable steps that will actually make a difference in your life. Let's begin with awareness. Our natural instinct is to deny, and we don't want to consider ourselves addicts. And you might be an addict because of that. And I want to show you this so you won't stay stuck here forever. This guy vapes, right? According to Google, the average vape addict take between 135 to 150 puffs per day. That's less than 10 minutes of vaping per day. And when you play video games, watch TV, or doing those bad habits, destructive ones, for 1 hour a day, you consider these guys that vape an addict, right? What makes you think that you are different than them when you are spending 6 times the amount of time that they spend on their addictions? You are an addict if you are like that, right? It just makes sense. And I used to be in the same position as you, and I used to deny it like you. And the first step to breaking free is to stop denying it. So you need to realize it before it's too late. Most addictions are pretty demanding, not just in terms of time. You don't just waste time on those things. You also waste your attention, your mental capability on playing video games, watching TV. You know, those things, they require mental strength from you, and you don't have an infinite amount of it. You have a finite amount of energy that you can direct towards things, towards the gym, work, those things, right? Reading. And when you direct it into video games, destructive things that don't positively affect your life, you basically take all of the energy that you could direct to positive things and you redirect it to the negative, and you don't have energy for the positive, so you just get worse and life starts to suck. And the first practical step that I want you to take, and you will take it in the end, because the best way to learn is through flow. You don't need to be in flow state, and if you will take this practice right now, you will get out of flow state, and that's not good, so take it in the end. It's to basically answer these 2 questions. You need to realize what your current life, how it looks like, your exact daily routine, and you need to realize every action that you take, what kind of trajectory does it get you to. That's basically the identification part, the awareness part of this guide. Because if you don't know what is your current position in life, where you are headed and all of these things, you will not know how to direct your desire, your identity, and the pain. These are the next steps. Right now, desire. So you have identified what is your current trajectory. Now let's identify what is your desired trajectory. Because a man that doesn't know where he is headed is lost. You will be authentically lost, because when you don't know what is your real authentic desire, your purpose, your goals, your direction in life, you will just act in accordance to your social circle desires for you. So there is this rule that you are the average of the 5 things of your 5 closest friends. That's not accurate. You are the average of the 5 things that influence you the most. And if you don't know what is your direction in life, you will not choose the right social circle, the right things that influence you. And you will get lost in your baseline level, right? You will just act in accordance to your family's desires, go to university, your friends' desires, your current friends that you met in school. You will be authentically lost, and you will not act according to your real desires. So you need to create your direction. You are probably, right, I'm assuming, not ready for a goal yet, because you don't have this goal in your mind. If you have, great, act in accordance to it. But if you don't have it, so this is the only actionable step that I wanted to take right now. I wanted to pick 3 areas of life that you want to excel at. So these are mine. I want to excel in fitness, I want to help men in this YouTube channel and my communities, and I want to educate myself. So I want to improve, right, through education. These are the things that I focus on. And you need to find those things for you, and they must be authentic to you, so make sure that they are. So now put a timer for 1 minute and create it, right? And now you need to be influenced in accordance with it. You need to basically do these 3 main things that can influence you, okay? The content that you consume has a huge impact on your life, on your actions, on the next thing that I'm about to teach you, on your identity. You need to make friends who are better than you in this area of life, in this goal or direction. And they will influence you to improve, to become better. And they will make you better. And you will absorb their behavior, right? So now that you finished the desire part, let's focus on the identity part. You act upon your identity. That's the most simple way to describe your identity, right? And let's say that if you are a video gamer, you consider yourself that you are going to play video games on a daily basis, right? Because this is part of who you are. It's hard to act out of character, out of identity. So it's all about beliefs, because the things that shapes your identity are your beliefs, and your beliefs are changed through stories. What do I mean by that? So let's say that you took action on one of the steps that I gave you, and you consider yourself a guy who takes action, right? You consider yourself that because you build this belief through the story that you are that guy, through your memory. And you can fake stories through visualization, right? But I won't focus on it right now. So it's all about beliefs. I ran a half marathon a few days ago, right? Two types of people that I could get feedback from. One is this dork. If I were to tell him that I just ran a marathon, he wouldn't care. He would even shame me for that, because he would want to bring me down. But if I were to tell this guy that I just ran a half marathon after being a fat piece of shit 3 years ago, he would call me a G. And he would positively gratify this behavior. And the dork, he would not positively gratify this behavior. He would cause me to run less, and Goggins would cause me to run more. They would change my story, because one would tell me that it is lame, and in my head I will have this story that running is lame and running a half marathon is not good, is negative. But if I were to be told that running is great, it makes me a better person, I would run more. My story would be changed towards the positive, and that's where stories get into place. And that's how your current self is shaped, right? These four things. And the easiest way to become your desired self, your improved self, is to create it and fake it till you make it. So we are basically going to write a Google Docs document in which you'll write all of the beliefs, habits, social circle, and attitudes that your desired self have. And then you are going to act like him and read it every day. You are going to read it every day, act like him every day until you become him. You are not going to take this step right now. You are going to take it in the end. So yeah, acting like this guy every day, taking his actions. So your goal is basically hard, right? Let's say that you want to run a marathon, okay? Run a marathon, that's my goal. I will use this example. Achieving this goal is not easy. Running every day or 4 times per week is hard, and it's painful. And that's where the pain gets into place. Because for you to change your identity, you will have to take action. And to take action in achieving a worthwhile to achieve goals is hard, it's painful. And the only way to change your identity with actions is to make them habits. Because habits are actions repeated over time. They are those things that change your identity. They are the only thing that change your identity, because one hard challenge, which, like, this is your current level of behavior, this is the hard challenge, won't cause you to change your baseline level of behavior, because your identity is your baseline level of behavior. You can change it so fast by one big action. You will just go back to your baseline, right? But if you will start small, and you will take one small action every day towards this new identity of yours, and you will slowly increase it over time, you will make a lot of progress. And here, you will change your baseline from this point to this point, because our body is very good at adapting, but small adaptations, not big ones. That's why you start small when you create habits. And then as you go on, you get 1% better every day. And you adapt your body towards this pain, but slowly and surely. So you will actually get adapted to it. Until you make a lot of progress, right? You see a lot of results. You still feel pain and all of those negative things in the beginning. But you just make it so sustainable, way easier, that you can actually stick to this pain for a long enough time frame until you will actually become the guy who is capable of enduring it, right? Enduring. And then when you are that guy, so the pain is not going to get easier, it's going to get harder, but you are the guy who is going to be strengthened by it. And then when it becomes pretty easy and you don't really feel a lot of pain from it, make it harder. Some days you will not feel like it, you will feel like not doing it anymore, and you will feel like going back to your current self. In those days you will have to use self-control. What is self-control? Is basically discipline plus willpower, right? You will have to use those two things, and by using them, you will improve a lot, and you will actually develop the identity, because you are not going to feel motivated all the time, bro. I repeat, you are not going to feel motivated all the time, bro. So you will have to use discipline in those days. They are the days that actually count, because those are the days that you feel the most amount of pain and discomfort, and those days are the days that you prove to yourself that you are that guy the most. Now, after all of that, self-improvement is not just 1 year and then you finish type of thing. It's a lifelong journey. That means that you are going to become complacent in the future. The proof to that is that every successful person gets complacent sometimes, and when you will get complacent, when you will not want to put in the work, when you will feel too good for the work, you will have to go through this process again to create your new self, version 3, 4, 5, and you're going to become him again through suffering and pain. But before that, you will have to realize that you are complacent, and that's why I want you to do the weekly practice of check-in. So you basically every week want to look at the measurable metrics of work that you have done throughout the week, and see if you are going in a positive trajectory or a negative one, because maintenance is pretty much a myth. You cannot maintain. It's either you going up or down. Maintenance is just you going up but very slowly, or going down but very slowly. So weekly check-in. And then when you get complacent, I want you to come to this video again and watch it from the beginning, right? So save it. And if you will take those steps again and all of that, then you will get reminded about all of the things that you have just learned. You will become your next version 3. So that's how it's going to look like, right? Your version 1, now you are going to become very slowly, and then version 2, and then you will flatline or regress a little bit, and then version 3, regress a little bit, version 4, right? That's how it look like. That's how you're going to basically make lifelong progress using self-improvement. Now let me remind you of all of the actionable steps that you need to take. This is the first one, take it, pause this video, right? Second one, third one, fourth one, the weekly check-in. And that's it, bro. If you enjoyed this video and you want to watch more videos from me, you can like and subscribe right now, and you will get suggested a bunch more guides from me. And you know, I make communities, I teach men how to quit addictions by developing their life basically and replacing those addictions, because the first principle behind quitting addictions is to replace them. And that's what I teach in my communities. You want to check them out? Link in the description, bro.